even know there's an international architecture or powerful financiers. They've been told that doesn't exist. I mean, it's just so childlike to talk to adults who just go, no, I'm in charge of my life and there's no elite and Barack Obama and Hillary and all that's real. And it's just, sometimes it really freaks me out. I appreciate your call. Good to hear from you, Sam. Another Carlos, this time in Michigan. Carlos, you're on the air.
Alex, how's it going, man?
Good.
Yeah, my concern is with the violence happening in Mexico, man. I was interested with because you had the interview with Celia Castillo, and I listened to that online. It was a great interview, by the way, and I'm interested in you having them back online. But my mom brought this up yesterday. I was born in Chihuahua, Mexico, and there was an incident where they found 24 people shot at that execution style close to a ranch that we have down there. And I know people don't realize, but this violence is going to spill over to the U.S. borders. And
it already, no, because the media doesn't talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, cops don't know about all the dead cops because they're only taught to fear the citizen. They're not taught to ever know what's going on the border or what's going on anywhere else. See, just like people fear Al-Qaeda, like a child doesn't fear being run over by a car, the real threat to them, but they fear monsters in the closet. It's that archetypal fear. So police fear the citizens, but they don't fear what really kills them, like car wrecks. You see, the public fears Al-Qaeda, but they don't fear the government that's taking all their rights, though statistically governments are the greatest takers of liberty and property and life. You see, but they've been taught to fear. But yeah, tell folks what's going on in Mexico. 2,000 dead in the last 9 months alone on the Texas-Mexico border. 2,000 dead. And in this atmosphere of lawlessness, there are rapes and murders and killings because when society unravels and when the government goes totally rogue, then the other criminals run wild. Go ahead and tell folks what's happening in Mexico, because I get emails saying it's a conspiracy theory.
Yeah, no, the 2,000 number you said is it's probably a low number because a lot of the deaths that happen down there, a lot of the bodies that are not found, people that are missing, they're not considered deaths, so they're not even a number. So 2,000 is a low number, so it's probably higher than that. And
keep going. I wanted to hear what he had to say.
He's still there.
Are you still there, Carlos? All right, we lost his line, so he can call back in. I want to hear the story. Now, I got a new knife this weekend. I was pulling it out to show people, and it seemed to scare Paul in there running the show for some reason. I was going to say, down in Mexico, they don't have a lot of guns. The citizens don't. But the criminals down there do have guns, and all the citizens have are little knives to fight back with. And if the cops catch you with one of these, you get beat up and go to jail in Mexico. So that was my point. And we see the same domestication now starting here in the United States where, if they catch a teenager with a little knife in their pocket, it's something we all carried as kids. I mean, for me, it's totally normal just to have a pocket knife in there. And, I like pick my fingernails with it, pick my teeth with it. I need to cut something, I slice it. But no, this is even frowned upon in the United States now. See, I'm becoming a slave. I'm becoming a serf, a peon. And it's just really sad. And as Mexico unravels, as it falls apart, more and more of these poor people come up here. Drives down wages further. So it's quite a mess. Did Carlos ever get back in? John?
Say it again.
Carlos ever get back in?
No, he dropped off.
I wanted to hear from him. Steve in Arizona, you're on the air. Go ahead. Oh, sorry. Put Steve on hold. I didn't see that. Brian disagrees. So we'll put him on for a minute first. People that disagree get preferential treatment, which isn't right, but we do it. Go ahead. You're on the air, Brian.
I got a small fundamental disagreement on 9/11 as proposed in one of your films. I like most of them. In fact, I just caught the new one, the old one, one of the first ones, America Destroyed by Design, which I thought was really enlightening about the parks and how they've been turned over to the UN.
That's all in official executive orders.
Oh, I know. I've read them. But my disagreement is with you in the newest film, the most recent Loose Change one. They didn't go into enough depth on the Pentagon, and Burmese people had more information. I spoke to Craig Ranke and Aldo of thepentagon.com out in California, and at the Payman Montejitas Truth Rally over a year ago, they had actual footage where they interviewed on site the Pentagon police officers that said the plane came in on the north side, which debunked the government's official story. They've got 13 other north side witnesses that saw it come in over the Navy Annex. And
well, look, I mean, listen, nothing single-handedly. I mean, this radio show, my wonderful listeners, total, have had a bigger effect than the loose change phenomenon. But nothing single-handedly has woken up more people, had a bigger effect than Loose Change Second Edition, and now Loose Change Final Cut. The first edition really was kind of an underground deal, and a lot of people didn't see that. And Second Edition was much better. Was it perfect, or my film's perfect? No, but 98% accurate, going in the right direction. The official story is definitely a fraud. But to say that you guys didn't do enough, or you guys didn't make the right film, it's hard making a film. It's hard, getting all this stuff done. And it was Loose Change Second Edition that really exposed the Pentagon. And so to then say that they somehow, it's kind of like we're on the football field and we've run 6 touchdowns, 7 touchdowns, and other people are in the nosebleed seats with a Coors Light and a hot dog. I just knocked something off the table here. Oh, thank God this dressing didn't bust open. Going, you should have run the shotgun I formation. I think you should have put in, this linebacker other than that one, or this runner. And, frankly, I'm doing everything I can do, and the Loose Change guys are doing everything they can do. And I just think it's a distraction to say, you had this, you had that. I know they had some interviews, but they couldn't vet them, they couldn't confirm them, they couldn't put everything in that film. They also had stuff like hard drives die on them, and it was hard even getting that film out. It was a 3-ring circus while the guys were going around and speaking and doing radio interviews and having groupies show up out there and, all the rest of it. But, hell, I'm sorry, I'm bad. What can I do for you?
No,
I haven't done enough. No, it's true. We're bad. We're covering up the truth. But anyways, what else is going on?
You probably didn't know. All I ask is, can you have the people from the Pentagon on, or April Gallup? That's it.
April Gallup. Who? That name rings a bell.
She was pulled through the hole of the Pentagon.
Yeah, that's right. And then
maternity leave.
That's right, maternity leave. I know who April Gallup is.
Yeah.
Sure. I believe we've tried to get April Gallup on. It doesn't mean that people just come on the show. There's a lot of people that we tried to get on, but we'll do that again. April Gallup. That's actually a good guest to have on. Will you make sure that Trey gets that? I'm sure he's in there listening. Okay, anything else I can do for you?
I will say one more thing. I was holding Luke's camera up there in Denver, and in no way did you say kill Michelle Malcolm. I videotaped the whole thing.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that for you saying that, but we all know that's a lie. We all know I paid you to say that. It doesn't matter what all the video shows. I'm not saying it doesn't matter if people with her said it. I'm evil. And you know what? I'm happy to be the bad guy. I didn't say it, but if people want to say I said it, that's fine. Okay.
Carlos is back.
Carlos is back. Okay, Carlos, tell us what's happening in Mexico.
Oh, hey, Alex. Sorry about that. Phone is a little shitty. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Go ahead.
Excuse me. Yeah, speaking of the violence, I have a lot of family back in Chihuahua, right at the heart of Central of really all the violence is at, if you know. I have grandparents, uncles, and last year my father's cousin got picked up, and as you know, the hijackings and abductions are at sky high right now. He got abducted right next to his house, and they found his body the next day, shot again, execution style, and that's just, like I said, it's touched home. And having so much family down in Mexico, I basically grew up in the drug violence. It's a lot. It's like profit for a lot of people. That's what people live on down there. So, this drug prohibition in the United States is destroying these Latin American countries, and it started really down in South America with Colombia and all those countries. And as you know, it's moving closer and closer to the United States.
Yeah, well, that's what COG did. Is they made drugs illegal and they set up continuity of government to battle drugs, while the CIA is always being caught with crashing airplanes and trucks full of cocaine and heroin, Our troops openly guard the poppy fields in Afghanistan as 8 times what was being produced